This clip is from the Piano Inspires podcast, Season 2, Episode 17, featuring Scott McBride Smith with host Craig Sale.
Like I said, when I was growing up, at least in a suburb of Seattle, they felt that every child should have some arts in their life. And we're not talking about professional level training. We're just some kind of musical experience, children's theater, all kinds of those things. Now they're really, society at large, I think, does not see that. And it's sort of just available to, well, people with money.
Yeah.
That's about it. And I see that as kind of a tragedy.
Yeah.
But so on one hand, I think we're doing the best we can to make things better with some success at a time where people care less about what we do.
Right. And the question is,
you let me know what the solution is.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do we make them care more?
Yeah, how do you make someone be interested? And I'm even kind of, it dates back to the 80s. There was a famous Getty Institute study during the 80s of people's declining belief in the value of the arts. So this has been going on for a long time now. And I don't think it's reversed itself since then. That's 40 years ago.
No.
So I'm sure it's societal forces that are well beyond two piano teachers.
I wonder if there's something, if in our profession, if we need to consider a shift in not necessarily what we teach, but, or, well, it could be what or how, the content of our lessons that is more engaging and inviting.
Well, I think we don't realize about it with this, but we're in a little bubble. And our bubble is so intense, maybe we don't even realize there's another world out there of people that want to learn music and want to learn piano, but maybe not perhaps in the way that we think piano teaching should be. Right. So it's funny you bring this up, Craig. I have a student who's teaching, he's Taiwanese American, and he's teaching at a historically black university. And he has some super talented students, some of whom taught themselves piano on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
And surprisingly, they're really not bad. But he's like, well, Dr. Smith, this has nothing to do with pedagogy. How am I going to start? What am I supposed to do? Start them all the way over and learn? See, they don't read very well.
Sure.
They have really good ears, and they actually can really get surprisingly better than you think. But some of the basic skills that I told him are part of piano lessons, he's like, what am I going to do? I said, well, it's good for you to realize he's a really good young guy, but had the traditional, went to Oberlin, went to Mannes, and then came to KU. He has a kind of a traditional piano background. I'm not sure he knew these people like that ever existed. And I said, it's really good for you to realize there's a whole world of people that really value music, but not necessarily in the way our traditions are.
Exactly.
And they should be part of our tradition.
Definitely. It's like when you start teaching and you find out you've got the kids who practice, the ones who don't, but then you have kids with
and that was probably too in 1800 too.
Right. But then you encounter kids with learning issues.
Yeah.
And nobody ever prepared you for that.
No.
And you have to seek out whatever resources you can, but you also have to figure it out and that's actually, I think, one of the exciting things about what we do is when we get those challenges and we have to find a solution.
Yeah.
Because, pedagogy isn't about teaching it this way. It's about...
Right. Well, like he's going through right now in his young career, you always teach the way you were taught because you don't really know any other way.
Right.
And then you kind of realize this maybe isn't working quite as well as I thought it was going to. Because the world changes and students change and opportunities change. It's all to be expected.
Right.
He's dealing with it really well. I'm proud of him. But,
good.
It's a transition.
Yeah.
Be sure to listen to the full episode on our website, pianoinspires.com, on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.